and welcome to the business of being a virtual assistant. I'm your host, Tiffany Parson, and you're watching and listening to episode number 291. Today, I want to talk to you about your frustrations and perfectionism and how we can get over that hurdle. This is something that I deal with as well, so I want to share with you a few tips that help me, and my hope is that it will help you as well. If this is your very first time listening to the podcast, thank you so much. Welcome. I hope to see you back really soon. And if you are a returning listener, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right, let's dive into this episode. Frustrated, but we still have to keep moving. So I want to give you a few real life examples and then how this translates in our virtual assistant business world. All right, so in life, like in the house, there may be something that you're wanting to fix, but you can't get it perfect or just right now. So, an example, maybe your walls need to be painted in your home, but you don't have the budget right now to get the whole house painted. So, what do? You may not necessarily want to get half the house painted because that's not perfect. If the whole house can't be painted, let's not paint a wall at a time. But what maybe you can do instead is cleaning the wall. Cleaning the wall may help freshen up some spots that you've been looking at, and that will give it a fresh look. It might not be a painted look, but it's a refreshed look. Another example is I am in the process, and I have been for the last 2 years, is trying to eliminate things that I don't use. And the hard part is we accumulate all these things, but we don't know we might need it someday. I'm not a hoarder, but I hold on to things. Like I just never know when I'm going to need it. I don't want to be wasteful, so I may hold on to something. So let's say I order something from Amazon, doesn't quite turn out how I want it, or the way I intended to use it didn't work. I may hold on to it because I'm like, this may work a different way. I don't know what the way is right now, but I'm gonna hold on to it. It didn't cost that much. I'll just hold on to it, and it'll come in handy later. If later hasn't come, then what? How long is later? Is later 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years? How long is later? Do we wait? And we end up accumulating these things, and that contributes to the house not looking as perfect as I would like because I have all these later future things waiting. So I've been working for 2 years to eliminate things that I don't use. It's not perfect, but I had to keep moving forward and take it room by room and deal with it not being just right. That could go with our wardrobe, our hair, our makeup, so many things, but we still have to show up every day and present ourselves in some kind of way, so we deal with it. I have been looking for nice, cute clothes that don't look like everybody else, but I haven't been successful. So I just deal with what I have. The clothes lately, I don't know about you guys, are really cheap. Fabrics are cheap. Clothes aren't making it from one season to the next. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. All right. What did this look like in our business world as virtual assistants? What does this look like? It looks like there may be a time crunch, but a glitch happened. And you're wondering what caused the glitch. But at the same time, whatever it was still has to get done. Let me give you an example. Social media was always a perfect example for situations like this. Social media. Let's say you were posting a reel and you're posting it on Facebook and Instagram. You're adding music to it. You're in the um, Meta Suite on Facebook and you're wanting to add music and send it to both platforms. One platform, the music works fine. The other platform does not have any sound at all. You are probably wondering, what happened? What did I do? I set it up just right. Why isn't it working? The client side, what they see is you posted it wrong. They want it fixed. You want it fixed, but you also want to know, how did this happen so I don't do it again? But you're in a crunch for time because it needs to be corrected as soon as the mistake happens. You don't have time to go digging, deep diving to figure out what happened. So the perfectionism wants to like get to the root of why this happened because I know I did everything right. I'm this is I'm talking about me. But again, client is like, we need this fix. What's what? Or maybe they're not saying anything, but you imagine that's what's happening. Like this can't be like this for them. You want to fix it before they see it. So you've got to go ahead. Don't worry about how it happened, why it happened. You got to repost it. You got to go to direct to the platform that is having the problem, delete it and repost it directly, get their song, everything up, nice, neat in a bow. It's resolved. But then you got to go back behind the scenes and figure out, okay, what happened? And then once okay, how to fix it for the next time. But we don't always have time to get it perfect. Perfect would be we know exactly why it happened and then we'll fix it. That's not always the case. Majority of the time, we don't have time to get to the root. We just got to put a band-aid on it and move forward. I'll give you another example. I got my notes here on my phone. Another social media example. Let's say you're posting a video and you posted you thought you posted the video. You scheduled the video, you scheduled the caption, but when it went live, only the caption is there. There's no video. You don't know why. You just know the video is not there. You want to deep dive and figure out, what did you do? Because I know I followed all the steps exactly as I was supposed to. But it's crunch time. You don't have time to figure out exactly what happened, but you got to get it fixed. So what do you got to do? Go direct to the platform, delete it, repost it directly. Then go back and figure out why did it happen like that. Maybe you're working on a graphic in Canva and you're trying to move an element around and it's not moving, it's not working. Or you're trying to hit one of the keys to make something go up. It's not doing. You got to figure out, okay, forget the keys. I'm going to just drag it with my not my microphone. I'm going to drag it with my mouse. I got to figure it out. I got to keep moving forward. Even in our frustration, we have to keep moving forward. You're going to find a lot of the times when a frustration happens, you got to keep moving forward. We can't wait till it's nice, pretty, and perfect. If I waited for things to be nice, pretty, and perfect, that not only means in aesthetics and how things look on the outside, but also how I'm feeling on the inside. Every day, I don't want to talk to people. I want to just enjoy the quiet and relax. I don't want to do something every single weekend, but sometimes I have to do it anyway. And the frustration, we have to move forward. You may be experiencing this as well. Maybe you're like that also, where you recharge alone where someone else may get their recharge with a crowd. I'm going to tell you, by the end of the week, I feel like I have done so much talking. Even if I'm sending an email or responding to a comment or actually talking to a person, any type of communication where I'm hearing somebody's voice and I got to respond back, I feel like we are doing all this talking. And there's been stretches of weeks where really it was email. I'm just emailing, not actually vocally speaking to somebody, but it felt like, oh, all this talking. I don't want any more talking. But we can't always retreat. In the frustration, we have to move forward. Things won't be exactly right every single time. Because our life is lifing and the people we're interacting with life is lifing. So we have to move forward in spite of how we are feeling. When it's something that we can control, like these examples I gave with social media, Canva, and anything else that happens, an email. You set up an email to go out. And maybe you wanted to insert the person's name, and instead it showed the field that says name. If you've ever been on the receiving end of that email, trust and believe the person that sent it is cringing on the other side and trying to figure out what happened. How do I fix it? I got to get this email out. Now, in a situation like that, the quickest fix is just to take the name out. Just take the name out, resend it, take the name out. Or don't resend it and just let it be. That's a signal that people know there's a human on the other side of this email. All glitches aren't, gonna cause everything to crash or be terrible or anything like that. That's the other thing. Thank you, Lord. That's the other thing. Just because it didn't happen right the way we wanted to doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean it's not acceptable. Doesn't mean it's not okay. This week, I want you to practice not getting it right. Tiffany, that's weird. What does that mean? Like, my clients expect me to get it right? No, not with your clients, with yourself. Remember, you are your number one client. So with yourself, I want you to practice not getting it right. Don't play out all the steps in your head because you may not know all the steps. Maybe you only know step one. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity to let somebody know what you do. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity to show up online. Don't wait for the perfect chance to send that proposal. I want you to just do it. If there's a blog post, a social media post, something like that you've been sitting on, just send it out. Read it once. Make your corrections. Schedule it. Don't read it over and over and over and over and over. If you read it too many times, then you're going to question, should I post this? Does this make sense? Are people going to get it? It's just me? Am I just talking to myself? Just post it anyway. Practice not being perfect this week. Because we got to learn in our frustrations, we have to move forward. Thank you so much for watching and listening. You have a wonderful and fantastic day.